I'm mostly doing pretty well on the making eggs thing in the morning. Sometimes I fry them, sometimes I scramble them, and nothing particularly creative. And the little pan that I have doesn't seem like it's very conducive to making omelets, but I'll work my way up to it. I'll give that a try. Good morning. It's Thursday. I have, let's see, a meeting this morning and this afternoon. Gonna play some games with some friends. So that's kind of the scoop on what's going on. Oh no, I've got 2 meetings this morning now that I think about it. What time is it? In 8 minutes, I have a call with Brian, and then I'm going downtown to have a meeting with Jean-Yves, who you saw. Now, we had a little bit of a scare. He had I was not vlogging when this happened. There are a lot of things, I should say. Proper grammar. There are a lot of things that happened on this little break that I took that, normally I would have vlogged about, but I wasn't vlogging. But Jean-Yves had like a possible contact, like case contact, however you say that, with somebody. And then he and I hung out outside. He didn't know it yet, but he told me the day after. So then he isolated until his friend got his test back. And then I decided to isolate because, well, for one, I wasn't sure. I didn't realize he was waiting for his friend to get his test back before he got a test. I thought I was waiting for him to get a test. You know what I mean? So everybody got tests back that were negative. And then I was free to go. But that was one of those moments where you're like, all right, well, I guess I'll just wait, see if he gets sick, and then, nah. So I canceled a bunch of stuff last week, and it kind of put me behind. It also put me behind. The real tragedy is that Sophie wanted to meet for a run. And you might remember her from when we were running down by the river not that long ago. Of course, running by the river is not possible because it's flooding, so we'll go check that out this afternoon as well. But then, because I was isolating, I canceled that. I haven't been for a long run for a while, and now that we have snow and like a lot of ice on the ground, I don't feel like I should be running on it because I was slipping on it just walking yesterday. So now I feel like I can't go for runs. And I don't want to. I know that there are brave people out there riding their bikes, but I also saw some pretty nasty little accidents yesterday. And knowing how likely it is that I'm going to have to slam on my brakes at some point and having disc brakes on the Van Moof, it's a combination for wiping out entirely. So I might go crazy from a lack of physical exercise is I guess what I'm trying to say. Anywho, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I've been mostly busy the last week with administrative stuff, specifically getting my dossier together. Under Sam's influence, I got one of these Muji binders, which are really nice and clean, and it's full of very sensitive documentation. I need to go get even more sensitive documentation tomorrow. I'm going to try to go to the tax, the Finance Republic, the guys who take my money every year, those guys. And I'm going to ask them for proof that I pay my taxes, and hopefully they'll be like, yeah, sure. Because otherwise I gotta dig up. I'm not sure that I even have all the proof that I need because I don't think that it's on such a long delay. I'm not even sure it's here. So all that to say, I've been very busy despite not vlogging, and I missed you. So I'm back, at least for today. I know yesterday I said I wasn't gonna come back until later, but then I was like, I'm just gonna vlog today because I want to. And then maybe I won't vlog tomorrow because I'll be going to the tax office, and I don't know that I really wanna. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. We're figuring it out. Anyways, I've got a phone call with Brian, so I'm going to jump on that. And then let's head downtown.
One of the initial differences you might notice in the room is that I finally got the coffee station built, which is really exciting, but we don't have time to get into that. I'm already running late. Let's get downtown.
Are you frozen?
No, I'm alright because I got my new jacket.
I was gonna say, you look totally New York actually right now.
Don't say that.
Good to see you, man. How's it going?
I just want to be warm.
Do you want a milky drink?
I do. Oh, sorry. Can I do a...
Yeah, hi.
How are you?
Yeah.
Good, how are you doing?
It was oat milk as well that I had, and I was like, the oat milk is so great.
Yeah.
So I got very excited. Today.
That's good. Getting excited. You want me to have a milky drink?
No, well, we're just talking about how much pleasure it's giving us.
It's creamy.
Hey!
You know that.
Small world.
She's with masks and sunglasses and a hat.
I recognize your hat.
But
though.
he's the only one you can recognize of all those things.
Yeah. Oh, I just said the body shape. I was saying, oh, there's Jay.
I actually recognized you first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who gave you this pheasant?
Don't do it.
One of our friends slash clients, Jerome. He hunts. Last weekend was the
Bueno.
last pheasant hunting weekend.
Just hunting days. Oh,
Huh?
how are you doing, Lindsay? Don't like.
I think you should add some blood.
Add some blood.
Yeah.
Make it look more dramatic.
It cute.
Yeah, it does look good. Yeah. JD,
I didn't think the day would
be.
be nearly this random, to be honest.
How do you
Very random.
Yeah.
That's like a different kind of Hello Fresh theory.
That is a very different Hello Fresh. That's actually that's as fresh as it gets. On est en France.
And I'll be judging your French.
Mais tu me juges quoi qu'il arrive.
It was great to catch up with those guys for a bit. It ended up being kind of a double whammy meeting of like running into other people as well, but like just nice. Also that place Minutiae makes, I've been there a couple times, I feel like, in the vlog. They're definitely going back in the guide. One of the projects that I have, of the many that I've got lined up that have been kind of hard to get all done at the same time because that's just the way time and effort works, is redoing my entire guide. I lost the original files, so I'll be able to rebuild it from what I have. But I kind of thought, you know what, like I want to start not entirely from scratch, but there's a lot of stuff I want to add and some things I want to change. So you can expect a fully revisited, refurbished, remastered guide here soon. The one thing that makes me hesitate more than anything, obviously, one is who knows when people will be allowed to come back and travel, but the other side is like who knows what's actually going to be open when the time comes. Like what restaurants, things that I would recommend are still going to be in business. Won't know, you know, for a while yet, but I'm hoping most of them make it through this. I really hope. I really, really hope. But meetings done for the day. Had quite a few of them. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling like I'm making some progress on some stuff that's been hovering in the background for a really long time. And it's such a satisfying feeling to feel like I'm making progress on, especially things that I have not felt like I've been making any progress on for a really long time. So that's good. Thanks for being patient and giving me some breaks from the vlog to get on top of those things, because without those, wouldn't make a whole lot of progress on a lot of things. But anyway, back onto the metro. Oh, we go. It was a photo on my computer. I'm probably gonna put that on Instagram. I think it's the only photo that I took today that was any good and worth keeping, to be totally honest. I am so tired. I feel beyond exhausted right now. And I don't know exactly why that is. I had a great day today. Saw some friends. I think it's just I've been pushing it pretty hard lately. One of the funny things when I'm not vlogging, and thank you for all the nice messages. I appreciate it. It's not rude. Those of you that were worried that you were being rude by telling me that you missed that I was vlogging. It's finding that right balance, because back when there's so much, I have so many thoughts and no brain power left to properly put them out there, which is embarrassing because this is what I should be doing. So let's start by thanking Scott Jones, today's patron producer, and all my patrons. I'm really appreciative that you're here, Scott. You're making my life better by being here, so thank you so much. My patrons are what make all of this possible, because if it wasn't for you lot, then my channel and the videos and everything would suffer, along with so many other things, not just my sense of exhaustion. So glad that you're here. Thank you for being here. And if you haven't hit that like button yet, I'm gonna try and get in the habit of asking you to hit the like button so that it helps with the algorithm a little bit, because, you know, YouTube, I gotta play that game. I'm not very good at playing that game. I gotta be better at playing that game. So if you don't mind hitting that like button, it makes a big difference. Really appreciate that. I think a lot of you are very aware of just how bad vlogging every day was for me and how completely burned out I was for a long time. And I feel like I'm finally overcoming that for the most part. Obviously, there's still pandemic fatigue, just general life fatigue. I'm very fortunate to be feeling up and productive lately, and I do feel very much like I'm coming out of so many just downs. But the hard part is I think that I have some days, and I had some days recently where I'm very productive and I'm able to really knuckle down and get a lot of work done, and I love it. But I push it a little bit too far. And then I find myself feeling a little bit like I am today, where I got some work done. But I also just am really, so tired. And one of the things, I was reading this article that my buddy Dorian sent to me that I haven't gotten through it all the way yet, but it's talking about the diminishing returns on working too much and how we're obsessed with exchanging our time for money, or we have this idea that our time equals productivity. When that comes from the Industrial Revolution and the sense that time really did equal money, like being on the line, putting physical labor in actually resulted in more productivity. And now we're in a world where that isn't necessarily the case. And there are real diminishing returns. The more you work and the more exhausted you get, the worse the output becomes. And I see that in my own work all the time. I really see that in the writing, vlogging, everything that I produce does suffer when I work myself to death. And so one of the things, not that I'm dying, I'm not working myself to death, but I want to make sure that I find a healthy balance and use the hours that I am most productively, and then take a little bit of a step away from it to rest and recharge and come back at it with that same level of energy. I've seen that just in the last few weeks, that I have these days where I can work all day through and be super productive and really excited about it. And I can't keep that going forever. And I think maybe I used to really think that I could, but in looking back on, I don't know, just thinking back to memories of times when I was just working nonstop, I really do see better. Maybe hindsight is 20/20, but I really do see a lot more how I ended up hurting myself by being overly productive and obsessed with spending all of my time working for so many reasons that were bad. And I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, I think I've been thinking about making a longer, almost mini documentary type video about the cult of work sometime soon, and how we've just kind of sold ourselves on the idea that we can work harder than anyone else and achieve more. Some of us, maybe not you specifically, but I know I'm in that group, and wanting to reclaim a little sense of sanity and definitely some health and balance and equilibrium in life. So thinking about all that, as I sit here very, very tired, I hope you enjoyed today's little video, a little jaunt into the city. I know it was kind of a very random, like, oh, I didn't include the mouse footage. I jumped straight to this. I went to the store with Sam to grab a drink because we played some games, which was really nice to relax with him and Nathaniel. And when we were in the store, he just looked down, he's like, there's a mouse at your feet. And it was a cute little baby mouse, and it hung out next to me and didn't run away. And now I'm worried for him, because should I have scooped him up and carried him out of there? I don't know. I hope he doesn't get stepped on. Poor little mouse. Anyways, I'll leave you with my little baby mouse, and I'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning not tomorrow morning. I got to do the tax office things tomorrow, and I'm just going to focus on that. But I'll see you soon. One of these days, very soon. And I hope you're resting and taking good care of yourself. And if you have a little bit of extra energy in you today, that you're reaching out and taking care of someone else who you care about as well today. And I'll see you soon, very soon. Adios.
Where'd he go? There he is. He's in between my feet. Hi, buddy. Oh.
That was a mouse in the grocery store at my feet, but I'm not gonna say which grocery store to protect. I would say protect the innocent, but obviously that's kind of a problem.